Hello everyone, welcome to our weekly series of CBSE Class 10, and today we will learn to factorize quadratic polynomial using middle term splitting done in two ways. The second method is a shortcut method, so stay tuned for it. This video is an extension of chapter 2 Polynomials, which we have already covered, so do watch it before this video. First, let us see the usual method of middle term splitting done step by step. The first is find factors of 3x squared plus 22x plus 35. This method of factorization is a generalized method, so understand step on step. Step 1. We multiply the coefficient of x squared and the constant term and let it be p. So here I am multiplying the coefficient of x squared, which is 3, and the constant term, which is 35, and we name it as p. So we get 3 times 35 is 105, which is p. Now the coefficient of x we mark as s. So we have s is equal to 22. Now we are looking for a pair of numbers which will multiply to give us 105 and whose sum will be 22. So we start by finding factors of 105. If we do it in order, we will see the factors as 1 times 105, 3 times 35, 5 times 21, 7 times 15. Done this way in order, we make sure we do not miss out any pair of factors. Now of all these factors, we are looking for the one which will add up to give us 22. 1 and 105 not possible, 3 with 35 not possible, 5 with 21 not possible, but 7 plus 15 is 22. So what we found? We found that 7 and 15 are the two numbers which can multiply to give us 105 and will add up to give 22. So now we split the middle term using these two factors. Middle term here is 22x. Using these two factors, we split it as 3x squared, and in place of 22x, we have 15x plus 7x plus 35. Now we go on factorizing it further. So we will factorize between the two pair of terms we get. In the first pair, we see 3x is common. We'll be left with x plus 5. In the second pair of terms, we see 7 is common. Again, in bracket x plus 5. Now, in these two terms, what are we left with? X plus 5 is a common factor and the second factor is 3x plus 7. So the factors of 3x squared plus 22x plus 35 is x plus 5 times 3x plus 7. Now let us move on to see another example. In this example, we have to find the factors of 6x squared plus 7x minus 3. Let us do it stepwise again. First, we will find the product of the coefficient of x squared and the constant term, which is 6 and minus 3 over here, and we label it as p. So we get p as 6 times minus 3, which is minus 18. Now we find out the coefficient of x, which is 7, and we label it as s. So s is 7. Now we are looking for a pair of numbers which will multiply to give us negative 18 and would add up to give us 7. We find the factors of negative 18. Just a small reminder at this point, rather than looking for factors for negative 18, we will find the factors only for 18. We will bring in the sign when we want to find the terms which are actually needed. So the factors of 18 would be 118, 29, 36, and that's all. Now we see out of these which one would add or subtract to give us 7. Why did I mention subtract? Because here I am having a negative sign. There is a possibility that my numbers would either add up or be subtracted to give us the required middle term. So let us see. 118 added or subtracted will not give us 7. 36 will not give us 7, but 2 and 9 may be. But 2 times 9 is not negative 80. Now here comes the sign concept. Here the factors would be either 2 times minus 9 or minus 2 times 9, which is giving me negative 18. Now out of these two pair of factors, I have to find out which will give me the middle term 7. Now a negative 9 and 2 if added will give me negative 7. I want positive 7. So my required pair of factors would be negative 2 and 9. I hope this is understood. Now we split the 7x as 6x squared minus 2x plus 9x minus 3. Again, the same method, we will factorize them in pairs. So for the first pair, we get 2x common, in the bracket 3x minus 1. In the second pair, we get 3 common, 3x minus 1 in the bracket. Very, very important thing to note. Whatever value we get inside the bracket at this step, it has to be same. I have seen students, they find values inside the brackets and at times they are not the same. but then they still go ahead with the next step. Won't be possible if the values inside the brackets are not same. Then if you are getting so, that means you are making some mistake. Please make sure you double check this particular step. Now, out of the two terms, what is common? We have 3x minus 1 common. So the second factor becomes 2x plus 3. So the factors of 6x square plus 7x minus 3 goes as 3x minus 1 and 2x plus 3. I hope you are understanding. Now we are going to take one more question, and in that we are going to just quickly do the factorization using middle term splitting, and as I mentioned, we will do a small trick in the same question. So just stay focused. Now we want to find the factors of 14x square plus 11x minus 15. So we find the product of 14 and negative 15 and label it as P. We get minus 210. Then S would be the coefficient of x, which is 11. Now we find factors of 210, not the negative one, the positive 210. These are my all pair of factors. Out of these, if I actually go through them individually, what I find that it is 10 and 21, which will actually give me my 11. But then, is this the sign that they will carry? No. I want a negative 210. Therefore, it will be either 21 times negative 10 or negative 21 times 10. Now, which out of these two I will be taking as my required factors, that will depend on the sign of this middle term. Since I want a positive 11, I will take the value which is greater as positive. So my required factor would be 21 and minus 10. Let us factorize 14x square minus 10x plus 21x minus 15. Now here the order in which I am writing the pair of factors does not change my final result. So you can write it either as plus 21x minus 10x, or this way is also good enough. Furthermore, between the two terms, 2x is common. I'm left with 7x minus 5. Between the next two terms, 3 is common. I get 7x minus 5. So the factors are 7x minus 5 times 2x plus 3. Now let us see another method here at this step only. What do I do when I have to find the factors? I'll first find my P and my S. Here we do not multiply. Rather, at this particular stage, I factorize the coefficient of x square and the constant term right here. So 14 factors is 2 and 7, 15 factors are 3 and 5. Now, using these combination of factors only, if I can just look and find 11. So I can see 2 times 5 is 10, 7 times 3 is 21, and if they are subtracted, I'll definitely get an 11. So this middle term 11 can be written as 21 minus 10. So 21 from here, 10 from here. Very simple. So rather than going through this entire process, I found my required factors. So 14x square plus 11x is split as 21x minus 10x minus 15. Go ahead. Likewise. Now here in this case, in the first two terms, what is common? 7x is common. We are left with 2x plus 3. In the second pair of terms, minus 5 is common. We are left with 2x plus 3. You can see in both the examples, here I have changed the order so that you can see the pair of factors that we get, they are still the same. I hope this is understood. This requires a little bit of practice, but once you are comfortable, this makes the calculation far shorter. Let us see one more example using this method. So here we have to find factors of 24x square minus 41x plus 12. We find P as coefficient of x square and the constant term 24 times 12. Rather than multiplying, I factorize it here itself. 24 is 2 2s are 4 2s are 8 times 3. 12 is 2 2s are 4 3s are 12. On rearranging and trying to find out which combination of factors will give me 41, we find out that 2 power 5, that is 2 multiplied 5 times is 32, and 3 times 3 is 9, and when they are added we get 41. Since the middle term is a negative term, either both of the terms has to be negative or one of them has to be negative. So on some hit and trial, we find that negative 41 can be written as negative 32 minus 9. So the middle term splitting looks like 24x square minus 32x minus 9x plus 12. The first pair of factors, as you can see, has 8x common. We are left with 3x minus 4. The second pair of terms I can see has negative 3 common, and we are left with 3x minus 4. So the final factors becomes 3x minus 4 times 8x minus 3. This method do require a little bit of practice, but once mastered, it is easy to factorize any given quadratic polynomial. I hope you have understood. Now, try these factorization questions and send your answers in the comment. Also, do let me know if you want any particular question or any particular chapter to be done in advance, as after this we will move on to chapter 3 series. Thanks for watching. Do like the content, share it with all your friends of class 9 and 10, and do subscribe to get any notification at the earliest. Enjoy learning.